daughter speak like that?
Yes, I am. It was a surprising moment when she first showed me the books, because even though I'm very close to her, she never showed me anything of the books until she was 9. So yes, when she was about 8, getting to 9, she came to me one morning. She's like, "Daddy, I have something to show you." I'm like, "What? Why was it?" Like, "Take this book." So I'm like, "Oh, was it?" It's like, "Oh, I've written something. Read it." So I read it. I'm like, "Why are you not showing it to me?" It's like, "I'm just planning just the way you always plan." So I just wanted to come to you at the right time. I didn't want to come to you when I couldn't answer questions. And so I read it. Myself, my wife, we read it, and we were like, "Okay, it's actually a good story." And to me, I just don't read. I read to see what is behind it. So when I read the stories, I could see the values, like the Friendship Club, which she said is her own story, how to overcome bullying in school. The Princess Melody, how to challenge authority in the right way. So your parents, and being able to capture their attention that I want to be this, rather than parents like I grew up in Ghana, so your parents want you to be a doctor, you want to be a footballer, they are telling you need to be a doctor. But how do you let them know that I'm good in football? So that came in, and that Mysterious Garden as well, the values of family, and the Lindsay and the Blue Fox as well, family, friendship. So when I saw it, I'm like, you know what, this is very good, because we live in a country where they don't see black people as people that can actually achieve anything. So coming from that community, being a female, there's stereotypes around girls as well. So she could actually do that, and already she had started philanthropic work as well. So she's a philanthropist as well. So she's like, okay, with what we do as a family, which we were doing it yearly, Christmas, she thought there was something more sustainable. So she would sell her books. If we're able to publish it, raise money and give it to charity. And that's what she's been doing.
Even, I know, last month,
February.
2 months ago, which is February, I did a charity challenge throughout the month, where I would hula hoop, I would raise money. I raised around like 350. Yeah, around 350 approximately. And then I gave it to the charity I was working with, and then with that, it would help youth in society, like youth, for example, homelessness and also vulnerable youth. It would help them develop more like their skills in I forgot the word.
Centrepoint. They actually it's a charity that helps young people, young homeless people, to be able to come out of rough life and develop independence. So she supports them, also supports a church charity, homeless. So that's what she does.
And I gave around 350 to each.
So she gave 350 to 2 different charities.
Wow. Guess what? And people are loving what you're doing and they're liking it. The mayor of Croydon was at book launch. What did you say to him and what did he say to you?
So he was very impressed with my work. Also, was it the library event he came to?
Yes, actually the civic and executive mayors all actually came to the point where the executive mayor actually requested to come back to church. Because he said he sees the values she's portraying, and he would love to come back to where we did it. It was the Church Methodist Church that we attend, so that's what happened.
And some of the pictures we put on our screen earlier were of you and Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK. Was this at the book launch as well?
This was we went to, because we are Methodists, and the Methodist
Central London.
Central London. Methodist people were doing an event, and Papa also and the wife were there, so they met us and they were like, so she did a donation. She donated the books to them because to be frank with you, the books that she's selling, and also donating to almost all libraries and people anywhere that kids go. As we are in this country, she's going to be donating to a children's hospital in Tema, and also going to be donating to a school, which is in Tema, just because she wants to bond with children and also try and connect with children that they can have an exchange sort of thing.
Sarah, who are your favorite authors?
I do like Alicia Dixon because she, I think it was before my books got properly published and launched. I read one of her book, which was Lightning Girl, and then I could see the value of family and friendship.
Yes.
Because like she looked like me. She had an afro and everything, and I could see like it was very encouraging.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not just into writing, but you're an artist, an amazing artist as well, and this is a published one as well,
Yes.
a coloring book.
Yes.
All the illustrations done by you, Sarah?
Yeah, and then the publisher enhanced it and everything.
So our cameras are going to be picking it up now. Sarah Kito Stories coloring book, created by Sarah Kito. There it is. Okay. There it is. Okay. All the illustrations done by you, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, so what story is this one telling? Hold up. What story is this telling?
This is Lindsay and the Blue Fox, where they meet a blue fox.
Okay.
And then they are on an adventure to find its lost family.
Okay.
And this one is actually a series, so I am writing the second book, but I'm not going to say anything else about that because I don't want to spoil it.
You're not going to say anything about it because you don't want to spoil it. Oh, wow, that's fine. Are there any other books you're writing that you don't want us to know about? Maybe you could tell us one or two.
I'm also writing this book called
The Praying Hand.
Pardon?
The Praying Hand.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the Praying Heart, where it's discussing your love with God. Also, I after I've done all of those ones, I am still trying to work on this one called Abner and the Lost Key.
Okay.
It's based in Africa, where she finds a lost key, and she's wondering where it is, like what it leads to.
Okay.
And yeah, it still has some connections with family and everything. So
Yesterday, that one, she actually started developing it when we just came. And she said she wanted to, because my mom's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
She said she wanted to do something that would connect back to my mom and celebrate my mom.
Okay, so Albert, in all of this, she keeps coming back to the fact that family values is what's driving most of the stories and her personal experience into the books she's writing. Now, you're her mentor. How are you dealing with the stardom, or how would you intend to deal with all the feedback and the limelight that's going to come onto Sarah? I don't know what to call it now.
The good news is the fact that I've been in management for a while.
Okay.
I'm a manager of one of the biggest musical groups in Ghana.
Okay.
And so I've worked with celebrities, and I'm also a project manager. So
Okay.
I'm managing it in a way that she's going to be a child. She's going to be enjoying her childhood, and also not draw it away from, because that is very important. Family is important.
Okay.
And that's why you can see everything she does. She really recognizes her sister and recognizes everyone that's around her.
Okay, so Sarah, you're about to go on a 5-nation tour. Which countries will you be visiting?
it's America, New York, Mexico. I want to say Beijing,
Frankfurt, which is in Germany,
yeah,
and London.
Yeah, those 5
countries.
Yeah.
Wow. And so what are you going to be saying to the children you meet in these countries when you get to speak to them? Will you be visiting charities as well?
My main my main thing that I always like to put in my books is that no matter what you've been through in life, family is the most important thing. So, like, you can never give up on what you are passionate about because you can do all things. You can do all things.
You can do all things. Wow, wise words from Sarah Keto, an 11-year-old author of 3 books and a coloring book. And she's about to embark on a 5-nation tour, and she says no matter what you've been through, you can go through all things. So this has been our time spent with Sarah Keto. Go out, look for her, go and buy her books for your children. It's out there, and guess what? Her proceeds go to charity, so it's actually going to a great cause. And so let's all project like little nice things like this. Thank you, Sarah, for coming. Thank you, Albert, for being such a great mentor. Thank you for coming on the show. So this has been our show. Thank you guys for staying with us. We'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early, 5:55. Thank you and have a great Monday.
But nothing comes easy, it takes much practice. Like, I met a woman who's becoming a star. She was very beautiful, leaving people in awe, singing songs Lena Horne, but the younger version.